Good morning. It's Friday, March 8th. This is my final report on the 2013 legislative session. It has been a long and arduous several months, but by and large quite successful for the State Bar and its interests. Some of this may seem repetitious because I will mention them on other updates. Nevertheless, I'm going to give you a capsulized version of what all occurred this session for us. On the kill list, we only had two. One was Senate Bill 125 on shared parenting, and we were able to defeat that. Also, House Bill 1162, which would have dramatically reduced prejudgment interest. The legislature has amended the interest rates numerous times over the years, but they never ever singled out one category of the seven to adjust, and leaving all the others the same. That was fundamentally unfair and bad policy, and we tag teamed with the trial lawyers to defeat that. It wasn't a state bar bill, although we watched it carefully and did work the halls. House Bill 1056, which is a product from the Governor's Trust Task Force. So if you do sophisticated trust work, you're going to want to look at the pocket part come July 1st. State Bar Bill 1097, which was the work comp bill that says that if an employee is injured, if the work comp carrier declines for any reason, the health carrier must pay, subject to subrogation or reimbursement, should it ultimately be determined that it was work-related. That was passed and signed. House Bill 1106 was the LLC comprehensive revision, with particular emphasis on mergers or attracting foreign LLC companies to come to the state of South Dakota. We deferred or otherwise killed the power of attorney for healthcare form, which was designed to be inserted into the code. There were problems with the drafting, and you've heard me say this before, but if there are no lawyers in the Senate, and if we're going to bring a trust me bill to the Senate, then it has to be bulletproof, and it was not, unfortunately. The same went for the transfer on death. We passed that through the House, but only after 3 amendments. I drafted a 4th amendment to fix something that was an oversight that I didn't catch in the first 3 amendments, and then we ran into problems of interpreting Section 21. And I tried to find the answers at the national website for the Uniform Laws Commission, and not only could I couldn't find comments that would help explain it, but the language was different. I was able to ascertain that section actually was taken from Colorado, which could rely on other Colorado law to explain the process, but it wasn't very helpful for me to explain to the senators and answer their questions. And so I decided, not bulletproof. I'm going to meet with the drafting committee in April. We'll work through the bill again and bring it to the annual meeting in June, so that we can make sure that it's bulletproof, and then we'll bring it back next legislative session. Now, when I went to kill 1096, the transfer on death, I was hunting for a vehicle for the Rural Lawyer Recruitment Program. That was Senate Bill 218. It failed twice in the Senate by 1 vote. Well, I didn't want to give up on it. So I listened to the testimony from the opposition. I went back and redrafted it, and then I used 1096, which was going to be our bill, killed bill, and I requested that they send that from Senate Judiciary over to Senate Appropriations. And then when they got 1096 in Appropriations, we struck all the language after the enactment clause, and then we inserted in its place the redraft of the lawyer recruitment bill. So if you're hunting for the lawyer recruitment bill, you will not find it under 218 because that died twice. You will find it as a hog house total rewrite of House Bill 1096. The rewrite on 1096 does several things. It's about a $900,000 project if we're able to fill all 16 slots. I don't think we will, but that's the max. The state literally today will appropriate $475,000, which represents 50% of the cost. Local counties have to come with 35%. And that 35% can come from just the counties themselves, or the legislation, as I redrafted, permits them to enter into a partnership agreement with the school board that needs a lawyer, the city council, the Chamber of Commerce. The other 15% comes from us. I've committed the bar to raise 15%, or roughly the max would be $140,000. And I've committed the bar, obviously asked the bar commissioners first, but I'm confident that we will find enough donations to meet that challenge. It's been our public policy now for several years, Project Rural Practice, to address the needs. The rural communities have the same constitutional right for access to our courts that we enjoy in the bigger cities where the bulk of our members are. And given that commitment, the bar commissioners and the board of directors of the Bar Foundation said, make the commitment and we'll find the money. So plan over the next number of months that you may well be solicited to help us meet that challenge. There were numerous other bills that we followed or tweaked. We might have made suggestions on some amendments without ever having to testify. I much prefer helping somebody fix their bill so that our interests are either protected or they're amended so that we're no longer involved or interested in that particular bill. And every session there are numerous cases of that. It's much better to help somebody fix their bill than it is to incur the irritation or anger if you've killed somebody's bill, when with a little bit of effort we can help them fix it. And that's the approach that we generally take, and we did so this session. I'm tired. It's been a long 2 months. I'm going to take a little time off in March. What I can tell you is I very much enjoy doing this work for you. It's hard work. You work 7 days a week. On the other hand, professionally, it is extremely satisfying, and I enjoy it. I hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you in Pierre at the Bar Convention in June. Thanks very much.